Hello, my name is Johnny Vo, and today I will be showing you what I created for my creative work assignment number 2. Starting with lesson 6, double-ended queue, I couldn't find anything to work on as a project whole, so I decided to add a small thing towards my previous assignment. I'll be adding a member function that finds the maximum value and then the queue. As I add those functions in the class, I'll include an automated testing code in the main function known as white box testing. So let's get into it. So in our previous lesson, number 6, we have included a random number library, and we have also included a vector library, which will be useful within my int main. And starting off, I created a structure, naming it random generator, and within my body, I gave it an integer value, naming my variable max value. As my random number generates, it will have a max and a max value, which I'll include, and my int operator returning a random number % max value. So within my int main, I got this off of Geeks for Geeks, known as the vector operation. This is the line that I got it from. It is a vector int giving a vector of random numbers. I assign my vector of random numbers to be 10, so it will generate 10 random numbers and filling in those vectors. So it will return a random value %100. A for loop is created with my integer value, vector of random numbers. So as all numbers generates, it will have an ending and a beginning. So whenever it generates, I'll name it vector of random numbers begin and vector of random numbers end. So as my random number generates, it will generate up to the maximum value integer of 500. So no numbers beyond that will be generated. So in order to get the vector, I created a vector int naming it q3. And within these brackets, I can always change it and provide how many integers I want. And instead, I wanted it to have this random number generator, so I included the name of vector random numbers so that it would generate up to 10 different numbers as many times as I want. So in order to print out my vector, I created a cout with my namespace vector. For my for loop, I created an int I equals 0, which I is less than the size of q3, which is q3.size, and incrementing it to I++. My cout is q3i, and then I added a namespace. And printing out my other vector to find my max element, I printed out cout, the max element, with a star value, max element, and q3 from the beginning towards the end.